Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how I make Blu-ray discs with DVD Architect Pro 6.0. You can also make it with the latest version of DVD Architect. I do have the old version, but it's still the same thing. So one of the first things that I do is here's the app that's open, program that's open, and by default it gives you one menu. So one of the first things that I do is I'm going to make two menus, because that's how I work my Blu-rays. I make two menus. So right click in this area, white area of the screen, and I'm going to insert a menu. So now you have menu 1, menu 2. What I do on this particular section, I rename this particular menu 2. So I right click menu 2. I'm going to go ahead and rename it, and this is going to be called chapter menu. Alright, so that's my chapter menu, and then if you want, you can rename this one. Right click and then rename it to main menu. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this menu 1 text, and I am going to insert my own media background, and I make this background with Sony Vegas. You can make with any version of Vegas. Actually, it's not called Sony Vegas anymore, it's just Vegas Pro. So you can make it with any version of Vegas Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and right click in here in this blue area, go down to set background media, click it, and here's a project that I just recently finished. I'm going to go ahead and choose the main menu that I made in Vegas Pro, and I called it Annette's main menu, and there it is. And so what it is, it's the main menu. I need to install, or I'm sorry, I need to insert a play movie button, and on this side I'm going to insert a chapter menu button. Okay, so let's see. So one of the first things I'll do is I'll come down here to the buttons, and I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this button. Now I want to make this text only. So what I do is I right click it, come down here to button style, go ahead and change that to text only. Now I'm going to change the font, so come down to fonts. This is my preferred font right there, Trajan Pro. Change that. The size, I always size it to 9, and then I'm going to go ahead and text the edit, and I'm going to type in play movie. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down here. Now I'm going to drag and drop another button. Same thing, going to go ahead and change the style to text only style. Change my font. Change the size, and I'm going to edit the text. I'm going to call this chapter menu, and I'm going to go ahead and drop it right here. Okay, so let's check it out, a preview of what this looks like so far. Okay, so there you go, that's the preview. Now let me exit out of there. So at this point right now, there's nothing linked to play movie, there's nothing linked to chapter menu. Okay, so what I'm going to do, come back here to the left, and under chapter menu I'm going to insert some media, and I'm going to go to the Annette's project. I'm going to go ahead and insert the extended highlight that I make, which is right here, the long highlight. Okay, you can see it's right there. I'm going to go ahead and do another one, insert another media. I'm going to go ahead and insert the full ceremony, and there it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to link play movie to the long highlight. By doing so, when the client sees this on their TV screen, if they choose to click on play movie, the entire Blu-ray will play from beginning of the movie, which starts with the long highlight, and it will finish with the ceremony. As a matter of fact, I'm going to enter another media. Let's see. I'll enter, let's see, father-daughter dance. Okay, so now again, so if they were to insert this disc right now, play movie, and they click on play movie, first thing that comes up is long highlight. That'll start playing. After the long highlight, ceremony, and after the ceremony, father-daughter dance. Now in order for that to play in order, you have to tell Architect Pro to which video to play in order, and I'll show you that in a second. Now I got a link, so I'm going to link. Okay, here we go again. I'm sorry. Here we go with play movie. I'm going to link play movie to the long highlight. So what I do is I go up here to the button properties on the right top section of the screen. Go to action, and it says, as you can see, destination says Pro broken link. Okay, click on that, and you're going to choose, in my case, I'm going to choose long highlight, because that's what I want to play when they click on play movie. Chapter menu, that's very easy. You go again, click on chapter menu, go up to the button properties, go to broken link, and you're going to choose chapter menu, which I renamed that menu as chapter menu. So now when you preview, if I were to come down here and click on chapter menu, it goes to chapter menu, and of course we have nothing in the background right now, and then we're going to change that in a minute. Now if I were to preview this again, come down to play movie, and there's my long highlight that I made with Vegas Pro beginning. It's the beginning of this extended highlight. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to the chapter menu. Okay, just like I did in the beginning of this tutorial, I'm going to delete this text. Okay, in here I'm going to right click, and I'm going to enter my own background media, set background media. And I made this background media with Vegas Pro. I called it Annette's chapter menu. And there's the chapter menu. If you want to preview it right now, so there's a preview. It's like a little slideshow that I make in Vegas Pro. Okay, I'm going to close this. So this is where I go ahead and enter these three video files: the long highlight, the ceremony, and the father-daughter dance. Okay, and just like we did with the main menu, you're going to drag and drop a button. Okay, I prefer a text button, so we're going to go ahead and right click inside the square, button style, text menu, text only, I'm sorry, change the size, change your preferred font, and then I'm going to go ahead and name this extended highlight. Okay, I'm going to drag this over here somewhere. I'm going to drag another button again. I'm going to change the style to text only. Change to your preferred font. Change the size to your preferred size, and then I'm going to type in full ceremony. So I'm going to drag this over here, line it up with extended highlight. Okay, and we got one more. Again, come down to the buttons, drag and drop, change the button style to text, and then go ahead and change the font and your size, and edit the text. So it'll be 3, it'll be father daughter dance. Okay, so then we drag it down here and line it up. Okay, alright, so if you want to preview it, okay, there's your preview. Now of course these 3 buttons are not connected to anything in the Blu-ray, in the video yet, so let's go ahead and close this. Now again, we're gonna click on extended highlight. Up on your button properties up here on the right, it says action, again broken link, so there's nothing connected to this link. We're going to go ahead and connect that to the extended long highlight. We're going to go ahead and connect full ceremony, link it to ceremony right here, number 2, and then number 3, father-daughter dance. We're going to come up to the broken link again, and we're going to connect it to where it says the net father-daughter dance. Okay, so now we want to preview it. If I go to full ceremony, you click on full ceremony, and the full ceremony starts. Okay, let's do that again. This time let's do the father-daughter dance. And there's the father-daughter dance beginning. So we're going to go ahead and close that. Okay, so so far we're about halfway done. We're halfway done. Now one of the things that I like to do at this point is I like to add chapter points to each video file. So this long extended highlight is approximately about 12 minutes long. So we're going to double click on the extended highlight. Okay, as you can see down here in the timeline, you see the entire video. Okay, so I'm going to choose, there's 3 songs in this entire video. Let me see. Right here, I know for a fact that that's the end of the first song. Come up to this button, insert scene chapter menu mark. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And if you see, it created a chapter mark right here, scene chapter mark. I'm going to come over here. And let's see, I believe, let me see. Okay, I'm going to create another one right there. I think that's where the other song ends. Right there. So that's your second chapter mark. And I always, on my Blu-rays, I always make the last chapter mark at the very end of the video, which is about right there, before it fades out. Okay. So now, if we go back to the chapter menu, here's the chapter menu. If I were to preview, extended highlight, okay, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next chapter mark. There, and there it is. It will jump to the next chapter mark that I created. Let's go to the next one, and then let's go to the last one. And there it goes, fades out. Okay. So I'm going to create more chapter marks in the second video file, the ceremony. And I don't know, I usually make a chapter mark in every 5 to 10 minutes. So I created 1, 2, 3, and let's see, 4, and then let's create the last one at the very end. Alright, so there we go, that's the very end. And we're going to do the same thing with the father-daughter dance. Another, again, create a mark in every few minutes. Okay, so we'll do one more at the end. Alright, so there we go. So again, now when you go to your chapter menu and you choose any of these video files, you can jump to any part of the video. So let's go ahead and preview, and we're going to go into the full ceremony. Okay, going to jump to the next chapter. Father's talking. Jump to the next chapter. That's when they present the gifts to the quinceañera, and this is towards the end. So there you go. Let's go ahead and close that. Now I'm going to let's see. Okay, now this is the part that's important. In order for you to make this Blu-ray play in order, you have to tell the program to do so. So what you do is you're going to choose the video file. In this case, let's just pick extended highlight video file. Double click it. Okay, and if you can go up to the media properties on the right, top right, it says end action. Okay, destination, if you don't do anything and you forget to change this, when that video file is over, when the long highlight, extended highlight is over, the video, the segment ends and it goes back to the main menu. So you don't want that. You want to tell the program or your Blu-ray player, as soon as it finishes, you want to start the full ceremony. So you're going to choose, in my case, I picked number 2, Annette ceremony. So we're going to come up here. You can go back to the you can go back to the main menu or chapter menu. You're going to pick extended full ceremony, double click it, and again, end action. You want to come up here in this blue section. It says end action. You don't want most recent menu. You want to go ahead and pick father-daughter dance because that's what's next. Okay. Okay, you double click again on this left side. I double clicked father-daughter dance. Here's a timeline. You can see the father-daughter dance. I'm going to go to destination again, over to end action, and I'm going to change that to main menu. So what happens is when this last part of the video is over, father-daughter dance is over, it'll jump to the main menu. And we can check this out if we go, well, yeah, if you come up here to, if you preview the father-daughter dance, okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump chapters. Okay, so this is the last few seconds of that, and there it is. It's fading out, and it jumps straight to the main menu. Okay, now we're at the main menu. If you want to preview, let's preview the play button movie. The long extended highlight should start because I indicated architect. And I linked play movie to the extended highlight. So let's go ahead and click it. So there you go. Now the main, the extended highlight is playing. And in most of my videos, the extended highlights are between 10 to 25 minutes long. And this particular event, this is only about 10, 11 minutes. So there you go. So let's go ahead and close that out. Or actually, no, I'm going to jump. This is the part where I verify that all my buttons, all my links are all in order. So I'm going to go ahead and jump chapter. Okay, going to go ahead and jump chapter again. One more time because I created, and there you go. That's going to fade out and just start with full ceremony. And there you go. Full ceremony starts. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump and verify that when this is over, the father-daughter dance starts. So let's jump, 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 jump chapter. And this is the last one. It's fading out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with the father-daughter dance. And then again, when this is over, it'll go straight to the main menu. Okay, when this is over, it'll start the main menu. And there you go, guys. Very basic. Okay, so at this point I'm done. Okay, at this point I'm done. I have selected all my oh, not yet. Take that back. I am not done. So this is the part where you want to tell architect what to do when the main menu is over with and when the chapter menu ends. So double click on the main menu. You're going to come up again to the menu page properties and go to the end action. If you don't do this, what happens is the main menu will just sit there. It'll just sit there, and it'll just at the end of the 1 minute, because this entire segment is about a minute long, it'll just sit there and it'll be like on hold, like if you paused it. So you want to change the end action. See where it says hold? You want to change that to activate button. It's approximately a minute and 5 seconds long, and you want that end action to go to the chapter menu. Okay, so if you were to preview this, as soon as this entire video plays, the main menu plays, which is a minute long, it finishes and it's going to jump to the main menu. And now I go to the main menu, chapter menu, and I want this entire minute, because this is approximately 1 minute, it's a 1 minute slideshow. I want this 1 minute slideshow to finish, and I want the extended highlight to begin. So I'm going to go to end action, hold, activate button. It's a minute and 7 seconds long, and the button that I want selected is long highlight. Okay, so if you were to preview this, okay, you'd sit here for about a minute. This plays for 1 minute, and as soon as this is over with, because I told the architect that once this is over, I want the beginning of the movie to start, which is the extended highlight. So when this 1 minute is over, the extended highlight will begin, and then once the extended highlight is finished, full ceremony starts. Once the full ceremony finishes, the father-daughter dance starts, because I indicated, you know, I want these in order. Okay, so again, this is 1 minute long. When it finishes, all these will start playing in order. Okay, so I'm gonna exit out of there, close it out. Okay, now at this point I'm done. Okay, I verified everything is playing in order. I verified my buttons, what's linked, everything's linked to the correct button. I indicated, you know, one video portion of the Blu-ray to finish, and what comes after that. I told architect to what to do after one is over with. So that's all done. So we're gonna go ahead and again, you can sit here, preview the whole thing, sit here and watch the whole thing. You can do that, which sometimes I do, make sure everything's in order. But at this point I'm done, and at this point I'm ready to make a Blu-ray. So I'm gonna go ahead and click up here. It says make Blu-ray discs. Okay, let's go ahead and click that. We're going to prepare the file. Okay, and you're going to choose somewhere on your computer to save this file. I'm going to go ahead and just go to the video file, the video folder of Windows. I'm going to go ahead and name this Annette's 15 Blu-ray. You can name it whatever you want to name it, but that's what I'm going to name it for sample purposes. So you're going to save it. Now I always save my files as an ISO image. So save it. Okay, there you go. That's where it's going to be saved. You go to next. Now this is important here. Depending on how many video files you have in your Blu-ray project, okay, you can optimize the size of it. So if I were to just click finish and let it do its thing, basically it would render at or create the Blu-ray with default bit rate of 18 megabytes a second. I'm going to go higher than that because I want this to look better. So I can actually max this out to 35, because each of the Blu-ray files are made in 35 megabytes a second. But for the most part, I usually max this out at 25. Okay, because this entire project, the actual project that I made, has more video files over here. And so when I max this out to 25 megabytes a second, the estimated size of the disk is, I think in this particular case, about 23 gigs, which the disk is only 25 gigs, so 23 gigs, you know, definitely fits inside this. If you go over, you know, it'll tell you that you've gone beyond the size of the disk. But in my case, because it's only 3 files here, I have plenty of space. So I'm gonna go ahead and max this out. Let's max it out at 25 megabytes a second. So the estimated size of the entire Blu-ray is going to be about 14 gigs, 14 and a half gigs. So at this point, I'm ready. I'm ready to finish it. You know, gives you some information here. If anything's wrong, it'll indicate something's wrong on the video and the Blu-ray. So at this point, I'm done. I'm going to click finish, and it's going to do its rendering, and it's making the disc. Okay, so I don't know, depending on how many video files you have over here on your disk, the time can take to an hour, 2 hours. I know this particular little video project that I'm doing for you guys probably will take about 20 minutes to finish. So I'm going to cancel that out. Okay, go ahead and cancel. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the actual video file that I've made. Okay, I'm going to show you the video file that it's actually made. Let's see, go to my files. We're going to go to Annette's Blu-ray. Here it is, the ISO image. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to open it with VLC player. And there it is. So this is the actual Blu-ray image that I made, that I created, that I burned for the client. Okay, and as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and go to the chapter menu. So as you can see over here, there's more video files in there. There's the extended hideout, full ceremony, the waltz, father-daughter dance, party time. That's when guests are just dancing. I made a slideshow. This is the web highlight that I made for them. And then they also had a pre-quinceañera session, which is included in the Blu-ray. And again, you can see it's how each button is highlighted. If we want to go to the pre-quince session, there's a pre-quince session playing. Okay, so there it is. That's the final project I burned and already delivered to the client. Okay, guys, I hope this tutorial helped. I'm not into making tutorials, so if I don't sound professional, I apologize for that. Hopefully it worked. My explanation worked. Very simple. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer your questions. But this is how I make my Blu-rays. All right, you guys. Thank you very much.